Hello and welcome to part 4.2. Not just keyword research, but also 3 other types of research. Now, if you're thinking that this is going to be a long, laborious process, it isn't. You can use some of your own life experience to help you do this, but I'm just mentioning this because it's what has helped me to do some of the things that I was able to achieve. So a few years ago, I used to be what's called a direct response copywriter. And basically, it's a person who writes informational and promotional pieces for products and services. And basically, direct response just means that it asks for an action right away, whether to call a number or submit an email address or buy a product. Direct response advertising, it's not just image advertising, it's just it tries to engage the consumer on some levels that they take an action, whether they become a lead or phone someone or like I said, or buy a product or something. So it was my aim to get the right people to buy or invest in a product or a service. And to do that, I had to know things. I had to do 3 types of research. So the types of research I had to do, or what I had to learn about, was the market, so market research. 2 was prospect, like learning about the prospect and hopefully the future customers. I had to do customer research. And 3, I had to do product research. I had to know the product, how it helps people or the prospective buyer, everything that went into the product. I had to research things. I had to do things like visit forums, Q&A sites, look at Amazon book reviews, and really try and learn about the market and the people I was writing for. I also had to know how they spoke and the words that they used, like the various terminology. Let me just go back to that for a second, because some markets have a certain lingo that would be good to use. An example might be, let's say, in the weight loss market, maybe something like calories or scale, adipose tissue. Every market, or at least every market that's somewhat developed, uses words or has words for it that are only found in that particular market. So it's good to know the terminology of the market that you're aiming for. I had to ask myself, who is most interested in this? How old are they? How long have they had this issue? How does it affect them? By really understanding people and the problem that they're having, you can better communicate how your product or your service helps them. And even if you're not going to write the article, it's good to have some of this research, or at least have links to forums and where you found sources of information so that your article writer can go do a little bit of research and get an idea of the type of person that they're writing for, so that they know that the frame of reference that the reader is coming from. What features about this product helps my prospect? What are the benefits? Why should they choose this product over every other product or service or option, including doing nothing? So some of them can get pretty deep. You don't have to take each of these questions to the full extent, but again, they're just these are questions that either you or your writer should ask in order to help answer the questions that the visitor might have, because the visitor might come to your site and not verbalize the questions that they have in their head. But if you can answer their questions before they even raise them up consciously, then you've done a really good job. It creates trust. It creates authority. They respect you because you've answered. I mean, if you can answer a question before someone asks, hey, I mean, you've almost read their mind, and it shows that you know what they're talking about. Now, we'll continue this a little bit about this research in the next video.